Well, good afternoon, everyone. Instead of a full whip and chat, this is going to be an unboxing of two diamond kits and a little bit of a whip and chat. This morning, I don't know, my phone and the internet were not having it. It was funny, my husband had internet on his phone, but I don't know, I didn't. So after he left, I came over here and turned the box off and everything, and did that for a while. And then when I turned it back on, I had to give it time, and then it took off. So yeah. All right, so I have two kits I wanted to do an unboxing for, so here they are. I'll move this down. Oh, before I go away, we received snow last week, Saturday. Well, first we received the ice. Then Sunday, from Saturday night until Sunday, all day, we had snow. And I think we got between 7 to 9 inches. And I think we had maybe close to an inch of ice underneath everything. So yeah, it's very tricky to get around. So, all right, let's take this bag down and I'll show you my kit. You remember I said I purchased this at my local Walmart. It's called the Bald Eagle and the Flag. This is an intermediate. It's a special edition of diamond dots. And has 3 new dotting tools in there. Number of colors is 30. There are 12,028 diamonds in here. That's a lot of diamonds. And you can find diamond dots on Facebook and Instagram. And the kit contains one high quality color printed fabric piece. The fabric size is 17.1 inches by 13.8 inches, which is 43.5 by 35 centimeters. There's one diamond dot stylus, one craft tray, one wax piece, one comfort grim, one push tool, and 2 pieces of multi-dots heads, a 6 and a 3. The package weight of this is 2.46 ounces or 70 grams, pre-sorted by shape. And then there's complete instructions in English, French, and I don't know what the other one is. All right, so let's get into this and check this kit out. All right, I think this one's going to be pretty when it's done. I don't know if you can see right up there. So, yep. All right. Let me see. Everything's in there. Well, there's a way to get in here. I just got to find it. Be patient with me. There we go. I hope everyone is doing well, and if you had some snow, I hope it wasn't as bad as ours. Sometimes we get ice, sometimes we don't. I personally would have loved it if we didn't have the ice. Luckily, our electricity didn't go off at any time, so that's the good thing. And here's the kit with the tray, a purple scrunchie, the pink wax, a pen, and then the 6 and 3 placer. And this is a straightener to straighten out your diamonds. And here are the colors. Oh my goodness, these are beautiful colors. Whoa, look at this. Isn't that awesome colors? Let me see, is the yellows? No, they're 2 different yellows. One's a little darker and the other one's a pale. Okay. Oh, here we go. There are 2 of them together. And there's, oops, a gray, a red, another gold color. Let's see if I can raise that up a little bit. There we go. A couple of different shades of gray to blue. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Whoops, dropped another one. Okay. Here's the blue. It looks like a kind of a mauve color. Ooh, that's a pretty golden color. There's some black. There's some like a rose color. Ooh, that looks like it goes somewhere around the eye area. Ooh, look at the blue. Now, those are 3 different shades of blue. I'll have to get my diamond dots chart out to see what those are. Is my chart somewhere? Can't remember. Alright, so let's roll that up and let me find the one that fell onto the floor. Oh, goodness. And I hope everyone is doing well. Oh, that's white. And that will go in the eagle, I bet. Most of it. That's a lot in that pack. Okay, so those are the 30 colors. Let's go like this for now. And let's take out the diamond. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to see if I had my color chart. I guess I should have looked for that first. Okay, let's see here. There's a way. Yep, right here it is. It says, add some sparkle to your whirl. And then I think it's in French. Okay, let me take this and roll it backwards. I just gotta get back onto my cross. I've been doing a little bit here and there last week because it was snowing and I got to work on some of it. So, yeah. Those are instructions, but I know how to do this. But if you don't know that, there are instructions in the kit for you. All right, let's take this and, oh, wow. Oh, it goes this way. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, let me flatten it out here. Oh, wow. Yep. Okay, there are symbols, numbers, and uppercase letters, and one lowercase letter. Let's see here. Yeah, not in any order, all random. So there's like, to me it's like a top hat. There's a 2, there's a 3, there's a minus sign, there's an up arrow, there's a left arrow, there's a 7, there's a K, there's a 9, a square, and then a little square that is black, a P, a plus sign, a check mark, F, and then 3 dots, and then an arrow that goes at an angle, at H, and then it looks like maybe another part of an arrow, then a line with a circle, and then 2 squiggly lines, and then a dot in that's all black, a small T, a Y, a equal. This looks like L, and then to me this looks like a wand because it has, you know, the stick with the thing. And then there's a triangle laying on its side, and then to me this looks like, you know, dividing, dot, a slash and a dot, and then just a slash. So, yep, there we have it. Can you see? Yep, pretty much. Isn't that pretty? Wow. I love it already. And they have like, I'm going to say like a half of an inch where there's probably no sticky. Yeah. Ooh, that is very sticky, but that is beautiful. I love it already. What you call it? The blue background is going to be pretty. Yep, and right here on the bottom part of the eye will be some pink. Let's see if I can. Let's see, it's a check mark. Yep, that's a pink. And then the other one is the equal sign. Yep, that's a pink also. Okay. Oh, and there's some in here by his, in with the white. There's some in there, a little bit. Oh, and there's some up here in the red part, it looks like. No, that's a squiggly. Oh, well, that's a darker pink. Okay. All right. So there we have it. The bald eagle and the flag. Okay. All right. Let me roll this back up. Yes, with it snowing the way it did last week and we had the ice, I follow a couple of the Kansas state troopers on the Facebook, and they have their Facebook, and oh my, those guys, they don't get enough praise for doing all the stuff that they do. Let me tell you, they were busy. Further east from Russell on, that's where they had it pretty bad. There were a lot of slide-offs, and I don't mean just regular vehicles. I mean trucks were sliding off of Interstate 70, and then once they got to Salina, and if they were going south to Wichita, they had vehicles that slid off there as well. So yeah, those troopers were busy. The tow trucks were busy. EMS and fire trucks were busy because you know, there were some accidents, and unfortunately there were some people who ended up losing their lives because of it. I, for one, stayed home. I was going to go to work Monday, but they ended up sending out an emergency text alert Sunday night requesting everybody, if they could, to stay home. So I ended up texting my supervisor, and first I told her I was going to come to work with my husband, and then once we got that message, we decided, yeah, it wouldn't be worth it. I didn't want to lose my life just as yet. And it's usually not so much like the person, like me, I can pretty well drive in it. I'm sorry to say, there are other crazy fools out there who don't know how to drive. I'm sorry. My husband and I went down to the diner Saturday for lunch, and we kind of got down there on the late side almost, because I think they would have closed up. But there was a gentleman who was talking to someone on the phone. He had a speakerphone on, And the guy said he was driving about 50 miles per hour and everybody else was flying around him. So yeah, I'm sorry. You're crazy. But anyway, okay, this one is called Heading Home. It is also an intermediate. Let's see. There are 30 colors in it, and this one's probably going to have a lot of, oh, this is a Thomas Kincaid one. Ooh, wow. Okay. A lot of, mute colors, not a lot of bright colors, because it is, like the soldiers walking, heading home, and it's like maybe sunset. So, okay, there are 14,862 diamonds in this one. So, yeah. Okay, let's look at this. And we have our toolkit again. Oh, this time we got a green scrunchie in here. My sister would like that green. And so would the KY Philly Diamond Painting and More. She would like that too. Alright, let's pull this out and check it. Oh, there's the last 3 colors. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this will be the first one I'm using. Yep. Like I said, it's darker colors, but you know, that's okay. Oh, this one has quite a bit. You see that? That's a lot of them. Whoa. Some brown. And this is like a probably an olive green. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like a green. You know, the army green, as they would call it. And here's a gray. Oh, and here's another probably lighter gray. And this is kind of like a pale gold color. So, yeah. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. Alright, so that's that one. Let's look at this one. Oh, yeah, there are a lot of colors. Whoa. That's one. That's one. I have a lot in there, too. Not so much that one. That's dark, like a green or black. This is different. This is black, I think. And that's, I don't know what you call that, golden brown? There's maybe a darker gray. There's a hitchhiker in there. And there's a blue. It's maybe like a slate blue. I wish I knew where my chart was. Okay. And then the last 3 colors here. Another hitchhiker in there. So, yep. Alright, let's take this. Let's put that down over here. Somewhere. Well, maybe not. Let's just put it up here. I was able to go back to work Tuesday, and then Thursday I was off all day. I had a dental appointment, and unfortunately I was there for 3 hours and 45 minutes. I know you're like me, you're saying, oh my. Yeah, it was oh my, all right. They did one cavity, and then I have a bridge in on my left side here. So they made some temporaries, and I had to make sure it worked. And he said I had quite a bit of decay, so he worked on removing all of that. He is such a nice dentist, because personally, guys, I'm sorry, I do not like dentists or doctors. I know they're here to help us and everything, but but luckily this dentist, he's fabulous. I'm just going to put it out there. He's fabulous. And even like my provider who helps me with my diabetes and everything, she is fabulous. She just makes me feel so comfortable. So that's a good thing, I feel like. Alright, so then, oh wow, this is gonna be beautiful to do. Ooh, kind of, well, before I do work on this, I'll probably be trying to put heavy stuff on and get it so it lays flat. Down here in the corner, I guess I could hold it up to show you. See that? It says Thomas Kincaid. So yeah, that's pretty. Okay, heading home, the design size is 12 inches by 16 inches, 30.5 by 40.6 centimeters. Fabric size is 14.6 inches by 18.5 inches, or 37 by 47.1 centimeters. And it has 30 colors. It has numbers, it has letters, and it has symbols. Not in order, it's all over the place, but that's okay. But oh my, that is going to be very beautiful. I can see the flag on his what you call backpack, knapsack. And then there's a little bit of flag here that's on his duffel bag. So yes, oh wow, this is going to be very beautiful to do. I can tell that already. Woo wee. Okay. And it's not really a red per se. Because look over here on the color chart, it looks like a more of a rust color. Huh. Because that's what's in the flag. Oh, and there's a little bit over here on his shoulder. So, okay. That is very beautiful. Let me hold that up there for you. I hope you can see it. There we go. Gotta just kind of angle it sometimes. Isn't that pretty? I think it is gorgeous. I'm gonna have fun doing that one. So, all right. So yes, so then Thursday after my dentist appointment, I just came straight home. Like I said, I took a vacation day, and I am so glad I did, because holding my mouth open for 3 hours and 45 minutes, yes, I'm going to keep stressing that, but that's to tell myself that's what you get when you don't take care of your teeth. So, I mean, I brush my teeth, but, you know, like I said, I just was not one to go to the dentist the way I should have been. So, oh well. But luckily they have some kind of device. It's kind of like soft, but yet a hard plastic they can put in your mouth. So it helps your tongue to quit moving around so they can do their work. So when I was done, I came home. I had to go to our local Dollar General store to pick up a few things. And then after I got home, I had put up a chicken, and I made us chicken noodle soup for supper that night. And let me tell you, that was the best thing. Oh, I went to the Dollar General because I went and purchased some applesauce, peaches and vanilla pudding. I needed a little bit of soft stuff to eat. So, yep. Okay, oh, they're right here, Jackie. Anyway, so then yesterday I was back to work and driving around. You just got to take your time and you got to slow down. And Thursday evening, it kind of rained a little bit. So with it raining, we ended up having some ice again. And it was kind of slick out there. So I ended up going to work a little early because I need to get gas in my car. So I didn't drive all that fast. I figured if anybody got behind me and I was going too slow, well, you know what? You can just go right around me. Because one, I'm not going to be crazy and drive that fast when there's ice. Because you just never know. Because back, I think it was in 1993, my sister, my brother, and my dad had to go to Salina. And they were coming home, and it was kind of late at night. And they hit some black ice. So, yeah. It was very scary for them. And then it turned out, you would get all this snow and everything. Wednesday, they had to go to Wichita. But luckily, everything was passed. So, you know, it was okay. We're still taking care of Dad, trying to get some things done, and he has to go back down to Wichita this Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. He has to have a heart cath done to make sure his heart is doing okay, which the doctor thinks it is, but he said we're just going to do it and be done with it. So, and I am so glad my brother and my sister are going to take my dad down. So, yep. Okay, let me turn this back around. So there are my 2 Diamond Dots kits unboxing, the bald eagle and the flag, and heading home. So if you want these, they should be at your local Walmart for $9.88. It's not bad. So I always, when they have prices like that, I just round it up to $10. So hopefully next week I can do a better WIP and chat. I do apologize again. It's just, like I said, with the weather the way it's been and everything. What's wrong, Snoop? You're okay. You're okay. You ate. You're okay. All right. I got... What time is it? Okay, why did you do that? 5:10. Let me just read you a little bit out of this book. Let's see. You know what? Let's just go. Let's see if we can find it here. Oh, yep. We're just going to do Kansas. It's the only way to do it. It's a fact. Pizza Hut, the world's largest pizza company, opened its first restaurant in Wichita in 1958. And you all know the state flower is the sunflower. That's why it's sunflowers and diamonds. Our state bird is the western meadowlark. A timeline of the sunflower state. In 1856, the violence caused when border ruffians from Missouri tried to get Kansas to vote for slavery led to the nickname Bleeding Kansas. 1870s, railroad expansion and a movement to drive Native American out of the Kansas led to the slaughter of millions of bison. That's a lot. 1890s to 1911, Carrie Nation. Oops, I guess I gotta read it right here. Carrie Nation. Who smashed saloons with her hatchet, was part of a reform movement that was given voice by the Populist Party. 1938 to 1939, MGM Studios filmed The Wizard of Oz about Dorothy's adventure after she was blown to a magical world by a tornado. The film was made in Hollywood, but it was considered to be Kansas lore. 1956, an 8-mile stretch of I-70 near Topeka. There we go. The first section of an interstate system built with funds from the 1956 Federal Aid Highway Act. It would grow into a 40,000-mile system. The aviation industry, which developed in Wichita after World War II, has lost thousands of jobs since 2008 because of an economic downturn. Home on the Range, a Kansas doctor, Brewster Higley, wrote the famous lyrics that described an ideal 19th century farming life of a happy homesteads where the skies are not cloudy all day. Most Kansans would probably still agree with him about their prairie state. The landscape of Kansas is mostly low, rolling hills with wooded river valleys in its eastern half. Its surface slopes gently upward from Missouri to Colorado. In the east, the rocky Flint Hills preserve a 50-mile-long swath of prairie. The iron-colored red hills in the southwest and the fossil-rich Smoky Hills in the state's north-central sections reveal that much of Kansas was the bottom of a vast shallow sea millions of years ago. The state takes its name from the Kansa, people of the south wind, but winds are not always kind to Kansas. True. Storms produce hail that can ruin crops and property. Tornadoes twist across the Sunflower State, and blizzards howl in winter. Precipitation levels are higher in the east, which is true. In 1541, Spanish explorer Francisco Vázquez Coronado searched here in vain for a city of gold. Wichita, Cheyenne, Osage, and Kiowa peoples, among others, called the region home. U.S. control came in 1803 with the Louisiana Purchase, and the Santa Fe Trail brought settlers and traders in the 1820s. But most considered the land here unfit to settle, so eastern Kansas was set up to be used as land for the relocation of Native Americans in the 1830s. But within 2 decades, Congress decided that the land was needed for white settlement after all. The Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854 brought waves of immigrant settlers and allowed them to vote whether they wanted slavery. Newcomers began pushing Native Americans out, and groups for and against slavery battled each other. Pro-slavery border ruffians attacked Lawrence and other cities in 1856, and anti-slavery fighter John Brown led a raid in return. Kansas finally joined the Union as a free state in 1861, just before the Civil War. Kansas boomed after the war. Within a few decades, huge herds of bison that once roamed free were wiped out, and beef cattle took their place. Cowboys drove longhorns north from Texas to the railroad at Dodge City and Abilene. While cattle were bought, gunfights were fought. lawmen like Matterson, Wild Bill Hickok, and Wyatt Earp really did battle outlaws here in the Wild West. Another Kansas battler, Carrie Nation, helped lead the temperance movement to control alcohol in the late 19th and the early 20th centuries. World War I sparked food demand in Kansas, reaping farming benefits. Then came the Dust Bowl of the 1930s. Thousands left the state, but Kansas fought back with groundwater irrigation in the west and better conservation methods. When World War II arrived, Kansas was a main food supplier. It has become known as the breadbasket of America and is still the nation's leading wheat producer. The state's industrial economy soared in the 20th century, with airplane manufacturing based in Wichita. Meatpacking facilities have long prepared state beef for market. Huge military bases add thousands of jobs to the economy. Oil and natural gas wells dot the Kansas plains, and the state is one of the few sources of helium, a gas used to float balloons. And yes, we do have a helium plant down, now I forget, I gotta look it up. Today, most of Kansas, 2.9 million, live in its eastern cities. Yep. Hispanics make up largest minority, followed by African Americans and Asians. It has been 60 years since the Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka court case that helped integrate the nation's schools. Looking forward, the state seeks to improve its bioscience and other medical research facilities while keeping its industry, military bases, and agriculture intact. Yes, most Kansans would seldom say a discouraging word about their home on the range. And that is so true. Oh, here's more about Kansas. Whoa. On the map, location. Some 82 million years ago, Kansas was an ancient sea holding the fossils of marine reptiles. Today, Kansas is a mix of rolling hills, wooded river valleys, and prairies. Its name, meaning people of the south wind, seems to represent the tornadoes that roll through each summer. So there are a lot of things in talking about the sea. The Sternberg Museum in Hayes has the fish within a fish. So if you ever come to Kansas, I would recommend you go to Hayes and look at the Sternberg Museum. Samuel Perry Dismore used 113 tons of concrete to create the Garden of Eden. Visitors can see Dinsmore, who died in 1932. He lies in a concrete tomb with a glass on top. Washington, not D.C., we do have a city or town. Washington, to the east of Washington, stands the Hollenberg Station. Starting in 1860, the Hollenberg family welcomed Pony Express riders along the Oregon-California Trail at this station until the Pony Express was replaced by the telegraph in 1861. Fort Scott National Historic Site. Kansas seems far west for the Civil War, but a decisive battle was won here in 1864 by 2,500 Union troops against 7,000 Confederates. Liberal followed the yellow brick road to replica of Dorothy's early 20th century farmhouse. Guided tours in the museum show how the Wizard of Oz was filmed and what Dorothy's life was like in the 1930s. Dodge City, the rail town, was once a destination for cattle drives from Texas. Kansas is still cattle country and ranks third in the nation for beef production, with 5.85 million cattle and calves in 2013. That's a lot of cattle. Wichita, this largest city, has a population of 386,552 and is home to the Sedgwick County Zoo, which features grizzly bears, bison, wolves, and other prairie creatures. The Flint Hills, the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve, here is the nation's largest great expanse of tallgrass prairie, which once covered 140 million acres across North America. State facts. Statehood, January 29th. It's coming up. And we are the 34th state. Our capital is Topeka. Oh my goodness. The total area is 56,272 square miles. The land area is 81,815 square miles. Our population is 2 million. Population density is 35 people per square mile. Major radical ethnic groups: 91.3% white, 2.9% African American, 1.7% Asian, 0.4% Native American, and Hispanic any race 5.0%. Industry is manufacturing, food processing, machinery, electronic equipment, chemicals, communication, finance, and insurance. Agriculture, it's corn, soybeans, hogs, cattle, eggs, dairy products, hay, wheat, and oats. Animals, we have the black-tailed prairie dogs live in large communities called towns. History, in the late 1800s, paleontologists found so many fossils in Kansas that they started the Kansas Fossil Wars and competed to get the best specimens. Some resorted to bribes and trickery. Natural features: dry air and constant temperatures of 68.5 make the underground chambers of an old salt mine near Hutchinson ideal for storing valuables, including thousands of original Hollywood movies, which I knew that. People and culture: Barton County is named after famed Civil War nurse and founder of the American Red Cross, Clara Barton. Natural forces: on Sunday, April 14, 1935, strong winds blowing across the Kansas Dust Bowl swirl clouds of black dust hundreds of feet high. The day is known as Black Sunday. And there's, a picture of it right here. That's Black Sunday. So yes, Kansas is known for a lot, let me tell you. And if anybody tells you that Kansas is boring, tell them you know better, that you know somebody who lives in Kansas, and she says it is not boring. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off. I will see you next week, hopefully with a better WIP and chat. This was a little different. Hopefully you liked it. If not, just put it down in the comments and let me know. Okay? Bye, and I'll see you next week. Love you all.